26th. Midway on my adventure to go see what Shibuya Crossing is all about, my phone died. So when I reached the hotel, I was so hungry, and I was like, I have to get food. So I charged my phone, and it hit like 43%, and I was overly confident that it's going to last me till I get back, because I was not going to do anything other than go see Shibuya Crossing and then just grab something at Shibuya station, like around Shibuya station. So midway, I'm like, wow, I'm on 6%. I guess I should have just charged it. At this moment, my portable was also charging, because I used my portable at the airport to charge my phone, so it was all finished. So it's not like I could carry my portable, but like I feel like I could find charger station somewhere, so like I should have at least carried my charger. But I mean, now I guess why I'm learning I should probably buy another portable, so I have two instead of just one. Anyways, so it dies, and I'm like, crap, I gotta take the metro back from Shibuya to where my hotel is, and it's like about 50 something minutes. So I'm like, well, there's like 5% left. So I'm like, okay, let me look at Google Maps and hope for the best that I have photographic memory. I am hoping that at this point I'm blessed with photographic memory and it will come in handy. So I look at Google Maps, and it gives me a different train station. It will still get me here, but different from the one I took. Mind you, I kind of remember what I took, but I kind of don't. So I was like, okay. So I look at the Google Maps real quickly. I memorized the station lines. I had to take 2 trains, so I memorized the station lines from where to where, and then where I have to transfer and take the other train. So I thought. I get food, I finish my food, and I'm coming back to the station, and I'm like, crap, I don't even know which station I was supposed to take. So I decide, you know what? I'm having big faith. I'm having like crazy faith that I have photographic memory that will help me at this point. So I go back to the station I came out of, and I take the train. I'm going backwards now, and I'm hoping for the best. So I take the train, and I land in the station, and then I take that. It says where the location of my hotel is, and I'm hoping that's the location. So I just enter, and the funny thing is, I wasn't freaking out. I was like, okay, my phone died. Hopefully, I get where I need to get. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I was just like, no time for worry. It's time for figuring this stuff out and getting where I need to get. So if this train doesn't work out, you take it back and you take a different train. That's the strategy we're gonna follow. Thank to the Lord that my photographic memory, apparently I do have one, served me best. So it'd be like that sometimes, but we move. This was last minute type of thing. So I'm in Tokyo, and it's only my second day here, but I feel like it's more of like a big shopping center. I'm like in the city. So so then I decided to go to the places I didn't go yesterday because I have plenty of time. And after going to one of the malls, I was like, oh wow, I should stop by the park since it's like 6 minutes walk away. Why not? And so I did, and guys, tears. tears. Okay, this is so far away. This is so far away, but then this is too close. So you know what? I guess we're just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold. Bro, I look good. I'm glowing. Okay. Ah. But yeah, it's beautiful. I walk fast. I don't know why. I'm just a fast-paced walker. Sometimes I do it unconsciously. So like walking around the park, I can like walk the whole park without. And so this is a big park and it's nice because I could walk at my pace and not feel like I'm missing anything and still take everything in, and it's so enjoyous. But yeah, on my way, so a couple of stories. I'm walking around and there's this spot where you can bird watch, and there's like lots of bird, and you're seeing there's people like watching the birds and having their cameras, their micro filters to watch the birds. And so I go by to just take the scene, and there's like a nice river. It was really nice. It was really nice. And I walk back, and there's this guy, and he's like, "I like your style," and I was like, "Oh, thank you." So then I keep walking, but then I see he's sketching, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way." Okay, tell me this. It was okay. Don't even tell me. I know it was bold. So, but I was like, he is straight out sketching. Like, there's no way I'm letting another fellow art lover without going without introducing myself. Like, it's a must. So I turn back, you know, courageous and all, and I'm like, "Hey, what's your name?"
Name is Aruto Yasuda. Yeah.
And
Please call me Aruto. Yes.
and we just met right now. Met.
Met.
Like we just saw each other and then started talking. Yeah. So yeah. So we just started talking, and it was just good conversation. Like what he's sketching, and like what he is like, what his big plans are. Anyways, met a new friend, Arudo, and it was so cool. So cheers to boldness, because Pasti would have not done this. I'd have been like, cool. But yeah, we vibed, so it was great. That's story number one. Another story. This happened early in the morning, so I woke up a bit late. Well, I guess now I consider it late because I'm actually waking up early. You know, it's like that area of lunch, brunch, so like breakfast, but can have lunch. And so I was like, I don't want to have breakfast and then be hungry again and get lunch. So let me just have something that will sustain me for a little longer. So I decided to go to a cafe. I look at cafe on Google Maps, and there's like this cute cafe, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's like, so I walk, and the cafe is in a, okay, so where I'm staying is not really the city, like it's close to the city, like the town. I guess in Kenya we'll consider that the town, because that's where all the big buildings and the shopping malls are. So I'm walking through this hallway, this corridor, and I walk farther because, again, I thought it was like this big, like you would see the sign, but then I look at Google Maps and I'm like, wait, fast. So I walk a little back. I try to restrain my steps, and so I look and I'm like, oh, it's like this tiny like cafe in between like these two houses. And I walk in, and it's a one woman taking care of business type of thing. So I was like, yes, you know. And so then I sit down, and the menu is in Japanese, and I'm like, well, well. So I'm like, okay, it's cool, like, you know. So then I start talking to the lady, and funny isn't funny cute enough. Like, she doesn't speak English, she's in Japanese. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not leaving because this is cute. Two, it looks like she owns the business, and she like is the only one who owns it. She, you know, she's the server, she's the waiter, she's the business. She's just out here doing her things, you know. And also I was the only one, so I was like, I'm already here. We're gonna figure something out. So thank God for Google Translate. I translate the menu, and so then to like order, we pretty much use Google Translate. So like I would say what I would say something in English, it would translate, and then she'll say something, and it would translate to English. And it was just a beautiful. It was a beautiful space, just as in when traveling, especially in a new place, and you can't expect everyone to know English. Like, you know, that's their home, that's where they've lived. Like, it's not what am I trying to say? Like, it would be entitlement for me to expect someone else in their home country and where they live just to know English. You know, that's just entitlement. And so it was just great to see, like, not letting language barrier make me not eat at the cafe or leave because, you know, we don't understand each other. But it was like, okay, there's resources, you know, like I have resources. I have my Google Translate and we can put it to use. And it was just like, there's always somewhere you can communicate with the person and not like feel entitled that they must know your language or something, you know. The food was good too. It smacked. So I just had a waffle just because, again, I wasn't feeling very hungry. I think I ate late because I ate late yesterday. So, but it was beautiful, and I don't know, she just her personality and her welcoming like demeanor and just the environment was just, it just made me smile, and you know, it was a good way to start my day. And so like I bow and tell her thank you, and like and so I'm leaving, and like I'm leaving, and like she has this wide smile, and she's like, thank you. And I could tell, like, as much as she made my day, I also made her day to, you know, come in, but also to stay and like, you know, communicate with her in different ways, you know. So you just never know how a small thing can make someone's day, you know. So just like to make mine. But yeah, those, you know, it's been a beautiful day so far. But yeah, here's to meeting new friends, you know, when you're traveling solo. Be bold and talk to people, you know. Even though sometimes it may feel scary. What is life if you don't do the scary stuff? December 31st, New Year's Eve, 1956. Today is the day before my last day in Tokyo. And yet yesterday I went to Lake Kawajuko to see Mount Fuji, and I went in with there's a possibility that I might not see Mount Fuji, because it's literally a lucky thing to see Mount Fuji clearly, to see the tip of it in the snow. So I was like, there's a possibility it might be covered in with the clouds, but hey, we can walk around the lake. It's all good. Wow, babes! Like, as we're getting closer from the bus, like, at this point, like, I wake up, like, I don't know, because I've been sleeping this whole bus ride, because it's 3 hours long. No, I think I woke up to people just being like, oh, and like, so I was like, what is that? Oh, I look up and it's Mount Fuji. Like, Mount Fuji clearly, like the tip, the snow. Speechless is what I was. It was grand. It was magnificent. God's nature out here doing its thing. It was beautiful. I'm glad I got to marvel in that side. If I was a big shopping person, Tokyo would be heaven. Every place I've gone is just big designer places. And so like today I went to Ginza, hopefully I'm saying that correct, and it was just like designer shop after designer shop. You had Dior, you had Fendi, there was Chanel, there was there was lots and lots, uniquely, just lots of things. So it was beautiful, like walking down the street. I was here like hopping in the middle of the street just to like snap. I mean, I was living my best photography life. I was like, wow, nighttime photography, it's coming through. So it was just beautiful. Like, you see the signs and everything. I mean, I was window shopping luxuriously. Wow.
말론 표현할 수 없지만 Girl you gotta know you got that fight 내 미소는 fine art 내 영혼을 깨워 You got me feeling so right Yeah it's a vibe Yeah This gon' be the one and only theme song 너에게만 고정된 내 시선 내게 너란 하나뿐인 미션 불가능은 없어 baby lights camera action 나란 음악 위에 너는 top line 너란 도시 위에 나는 skyline 넌 내 영화 속의 highlight 어두운 밤하늘 끝에 twilight Just gets better 널 처음부터 정죄하고 싶은 매력 You don't know how I want your love 만잡아도 간주 너를 만나기 전까진 내 세상에 I'm J 난 아무도 위 너는 spotlight 너라는 가위 나는 남산 너 완벽할 순 없잖아 어두운 밤하늘 끝에 twilight I could feel it 너란 공간에 갇혀버렸어 You're my matrix You don't know how I want your love
January the 3rd, 12:44, and it is my second day in Kyoto. So just came from the bamboo forest. Oh, magical! Is this what being in a movie feels like? Because wow, Kyoto has been absolutely beautiful so far. I mean, it's only my second day, and I'm like, I'm in a dream. I am absolutely in a dream, and I'm astonished. Like this, compared to Tokyo, I feel like Kyoto is very culture heavy. Like, it was given. And because I'm here during New Year's Eve, during the holidays, I really got to immerse in the culture. Like, I got to experience how people celebrate New Year's Eve. And so, like, yesterday I visited the temples, and you could just see how they were giving their blessings during the water ritual, and it was, I have no words. It was just beautiful. Like, just, I don't know, there's just a beauty in just watching. Like, I'm not sitting here saying combating, but like just sitting there and just watching other people just like, participate in that culture, do their thing. I don't know, I've always enjoyed learning about people's way of life, just because we're all really a byproduct of our own environment and like how we were raised and how we grow up and the environment we grow up in. It's just so different, and like that impacts us. You know, the culture we grow up in impacts us, and it was just so beautiful just to see another side of culture. And I'm telling you, walking around the city, it felt like I've been put in a time machine and taken back. Like it was just seeing another side of Japan. You know, like Tokyo was very shopping heavy. This is very culture heavy. The streets just make you feel like you are walking in some sort of movie, and just everything is so convenient, like walking wise. I would walk from one temple and then I'd put Google Maps to see which train to take, and it's like, oh, 10-minute walk. I'm like, oh, 10-minute walk. Okay, why not? Like going back to my hostel, I was like, oh, let me see which train to take, and I was like, it's only that 10-minute walk, and I was like, oh, what? I had to take a train to get here. That 10-minute walk, wow. So you really, it's taking me back to anywhere we walk everywhere. It's just, and like, it's getting lost in Kyoto. Like, you're getting lost in purposefulness and passion. Like everything you see is just a breath to take in, as a sight to take in. It's very scenic to, like, you find yourself in another place without knowing, because you're just taking in the streets, you're taking in the little shops, the coffee shops, people walking in their kimono. It was just, you know, marvelous. But yeah, it's been a dream. That's how I feel. Like I feel like I'm in a dream. It's giving main character energy.
Cause I'm in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea and I'll get my ping pong. This is great, heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beach treated like money. This go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow. Hey, so let's go. Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light
tried to tell us that we can't adjust. Everybody's talking culture, but it starts with us. And to be fair, I could've parked the bus. Niggas tearing down my wings like it ain't hard enough. Was it beginner's luck or was it blood or Christ? They said that it's a fluke, so then I done it twice. Me and Toby due to up the press.
Guys, that's Ben. Why is it so bright?
When my shepherd speaks, Bible studies at the crib, oh, they gon' let me preach. Tighter than the stitching on my leather seats. Heavy as the head, I haven't slept for weeks. I check the time on my Patek Philippe. There's no time to kill, they wanna see me rest in peace. Couple man are cool, but the rest are neeks. We paid you niggas homage and we kept receipts. Niggas walked through the door and didn't leave the key. I treat Dave the way these niggas should've treated me. Every handle needs a Stevie G. I done it back to back to back, I'm on my DBE. I put my phone on D&D. Super necessary, niggas never keep it brief. Generation, all they do is pre and tweet. Reparations, we gon' feed the streets. I still believe Jehovah's.
January the 6th, 12:57. Just left the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. And I have no words. I like to go on museums like this, you know, the Justice Museum, the Holocaust Museum, you know, wherever it is in the country, not the museum. Just because there's just something in seeing, like, human nature is capable, humanity is capable of anything. I mean, the world is a cruel place sometimes, you know? And having museums like this is just a reminder, like, that, you know, it's just a reminder, like, I don't even have no words to explain. Yeah, it was something. It was, I decided to pay extra for the audio tape, because besides what's written on the walls and, you know, the captions of the photos and everything, the audio really went more in depth with the stuff. You know, if there was, it was an odd, whether it was the painter explaining more about what he saw or like what his feelings were when he painted. Some people wrote poems of, you know, expressing their emotions, expressing, just letting it out on what at the moment they were feeling, what is going on, or later poems of mothers, fathers, of children. And it just went in deep. And so, like, you're standing there looking at this picture and you're listening to the audio, you're listening either to a story captured of the mother and how they were feeling, you know, digging up the children's bones, or not finding their kids, or kids not finding their parents, or photographers not being able to snap a picture because they're just paralyzed by the sight. And it was good investment to be able to, because it just went in deep. And so instead of just looking at the painting, reading the caption and moving on, I was at a painting for sometimes a good 5 minutes, just taking in what the audio tape is relaying. Survivors of tragic human events like this have to be the strongest people ever. Yeah, I left heavy, sad. Times I cried. Times I held a smile of what, you know, a mom's poem to finding their son, a mom's poem to finding their daughter, a father's poem to finding their family. No words.
was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. I promise that you'll never be lonely. And ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. He sprinkled me in pixie dust and told me to believe in him and believe in me. Together we will fly away in a cloud of green to your beautiful destiny. As we soared above the town that never loved me, I realized I finally had a family. Soon enough we reached Neverland. Peacefully my feet hit the sand, and ever since that day.
January 9th, 2006. Osaka so far. I don't know how I feel about it. It's giving me mixed feelings. I think the feelings may be mostly influenced by where I chose to stay, where I don't love Osaka, but I don't hate it. It's just, that's where I'm at. I feel like a completely different world compared to Kyoto and Tokyo, and I think that's what I've liked so far about going to Japan. It's like every place is just so different. Like it gives different vibes, no matter where you are. So yeah, Osaka I loved the aquarium. I will say that. I absolutely loved the aquarium. I can't remember the last time. I've only been to the aquarium once, and it's been a hot minute. It's been a long time too. I don't even remember. I think the aquarium I went to was also part of a zoo, so I don't even really remember anything. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the aquarium. I'm gonna pay for this ticket and go to the aquarium. And I was living my childhood. I was living my best childhood moments at that moment. Like I would see kids squat to see the bottom, and I would squat and see the bottom because I'm just like, wow. You know, they'd be like, ooh, and I'm like, ah, and I'm like, ooh, ah, like the fish and the sharks and the starfish. I was a child, and I was here for it. Like, it was just childhood. I was surrounded by childhood, and it was just yeah, it was beautiful. I don't know, it's just something about when you get to experience that little moment of childhood to it's like, wow, like, you know, at this moment I'm not adulting or doing anything adulting. It's like I'm living, you know, because in childhood it's like everything is peaceful, everything's so like you don't worry about things. I love the innocence that childhood moments brings, because it's like once in a lifetime innocence, and then, you know, you're back into the real world. So I think that's also what the Naira Deer Pie gave me. It was just like just cruising, like you're not any worries, just like, oh, me and this deer, like, you you know, just taking in the atmosphere. So yeah, I got to ride the giant Ferris wheel and catch the sunset, which that was the intention, was to ride it when the sunset was coming up, and the sight was one to behold. Oh my God, beautiful, magnificent, mesmerizing. There's just something about watching sunsets. It's just no, I said sunrise. I meant sunset. The sunset. Yeah. So there was no way I was leaving Japan without giving a second chance to sushi. So I decided to get off. I think my biggest issue was that the raw meat and the rawness of sushi. So I decided to go the vegan/vegetarian option, and yeah, it slapped. I don't think I'm still not a sushi person, and it wouldn't be the first thing I order, like, oh wow, sushi, let's go get it. It would have to be like, I'm really, 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 really craving it, you know. But like, I didn't have as bad of an experience as I had the first time I ever tried a sushi. It was like actually good. I think I tried a green tea one, and then there was like the tofu, avocado, coriander one. Those were good. And then I decided to try a traditional sushi, and it was like fermented soybeans. Didn't like that one. But the green tea one and the tofu coriander one hit. For someone who doesn't even like tofu, I absolutely hate tofu. That sushi hit different. But yeah, in overall, Japan, wow, might mess around and move to Kyoto, like just might mess around. But it gave the fashion, the attractions, the walking around and everywhere's scenic, you know, the vibes. It just was vibe on vibe on vibe. And I got to live my best bougie life on a budget, of course, in Japan. Like, it was the fashion for me. I was like, wow, everybody cleans up nice. I think I've been in Texas for too long, because I was just like, wow. The fashion itself is an attraction. Like, wow. The style. Like, everybody was just cleaning. Didn't no matter age. Everybody was cleaning up nice. Bro, cleaning up nice. And then, like, I got to spend, like, the holidays, you know, and I got to see how people celebrate. So the culture was also beautiful. Got to see a lot of people dressing their traditionals, doing the coming of age celebration as well, like on the train. And I'm just like, I was like, oh, please don't think I'm staying too hard. I'm just admiring the feet, because the drip is doing everything. Like, wow. Japan, it's been beautiful. It's been real. Thanks for letting me live my best bougie life. Like, felt like royalty up in this place. Main character energy. Like, wow. Yeah. Until next time.